guys, welcome to another video. We are here to chat about some of the best makeup of 2022 so far, in my very humble opinion. And I do have to say, I have not tried all of the new makeup releases. I haven't necessarily been on a low buy, but I've been watching my spending and I haven't been purchasing all of the new makeup, so there's still plenty of good makeup out there to be had. But I looked at makeup purchases that I made in the year 2022, and I actually picked out my top 10 products, the top 10 best purchases that I have made so far. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K-Bella fam. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so I have a little bit of everything here. I have several different types of products. We'll just go ahead and start with complexion. These are not ranked, by the way. I do have 10 items, but they're not ranked. So first of all, there are two foundations who stole the show for me so far this year. The first being this one by NARS. It is the Light Reflecting Foundation. I am in the shade L for DeVille. I've tried NARS foundations in the past. I tried the Sheer Glow and the Natural Radiant Longwear Concealer, and I did enjoy both of those. I don't think that either one of them would have been like a holy grail that I would wear all the time, although the Sheer Glow, it's been several years, so I could be wrong on that. But this right here, this light reflecting foundation, this is my type of product. First of all, it gives me more of like a light to medium coverage, and also because of the light reflecting properties, it makes my skin look very hydrated and glowy. And as someone with dry skin, that is what I look for in a foundation. So I really like the coverage. It's very comfortable. It's not too heavy on the skin, and it gives me a nice healthy glow, and my skin just looks radiant. So this has definitely been a very good purchase for me. I actually waited to get it during the Sephora VIB sale so that I could save 20% off because their foundations are pretty expensive. This next foundation did not come out in 2022. I'm pretty sure it came out in 2021, but I purchased it again on sale during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and it is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydro Maniac Tinted Hydrator. Now, I didn't get this right off the bat because I thought it was supposed to be more of like the skin tint, tinted moisturizer type of vibe, which I'm not into. Although I like more of a light to medium coverage, I want more on the medium side and not so much just like a tint. But this product here, I kept hearing people rave about it over and over again, and it says right on here medium coverage, and this one does give me a medium coverage. I would say just one layer I have medium coverage, even more so than the NARS foundation. And I really like this one. It doesn't leave me quite as glowy as the NARS, but it still makes my skin look more of like a satin finish. It looks very hydrated. Again, it's comfortable on the skin. It's not very heavy, and I just really like the way that it makes my skin look and feel, and I am in the shade Light 30. Those were my two foundation products, but I do have a couple more face products in this category, and one of them actually surprised me. So I mentioned I have dry skin, but if you've been here on my channel for a while, you know that I'm not really into cream products. I've tried to force myself to get into creams because I feel like I should like them, but I don't. However, I was very surprised by this bronzer stick by Rare Beauty. I have the shade Happy Soul. I am wearing it today underneath a powder bronzer, but I love this stick bronzer. I take the stick and I just stripe it on my face, and then I'll go in with my e.l.f. airbrush stipple and I'll just kind of like pat it out and blend it in. With a lot of cream products, even the Milk makeup bronzer stick I wasn't a fan of. A lot of products I felt like I was blending them until they were gone. Blending them into nothing. It was either too easy to blend or not easy enough. I wasn't really having any product stick to my face, and I feel like this was a great product because I am able to just swipe it on and I can blend it out with a brush, but it blends nice and seamlessly and melts into the skin without disappearing. And that's what I really like about it. The shade Happy Soul works for me, so that was quite the surprise purchase for me, but I definitely do enjoy it. My fourth product is kind of a cream as well. This one is a cream and a powder. It is by Patrick Ta, and this is the Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in the new shade She's Blushing. I knew that I wanted to try one of these. I thought I was gonna get So LA. Let me flip this little cream part up. I thought I was gonna get this She's So LA shade, and then he came out with She's Blushing, and I was like, ooh, I think I really like that. I think I really like that shade. Now I have to say, I do use the powder more so than the cream, but I do go in with the cream as well. Patrick Ta recommends using the powder first and then going in with the cream on top. So I will either put the powder on myself first and just leave it like that, or put the powder on and then go in with a little bit of a sponge and kind of tap that over top to get a little bit of a glossy effect. But I love the powder even on its own because it's very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way, and it gives me a nice satin finish, and then putting the cream on top makes it look a little bit more glowy and healthy, and this really has been a standout. It's not that I didn't think I was going to like it, but I didn't know that I was going to like it as much, and I really like the shade She's Blushing. Product number 5, or the 5th product, and another blush. This one is perhaps one of the newest products to make it to my collection, but it is by the brand Kaleidos, and this was their blush from the Smoky Nostalgia collection. I believe mine is in the shade Joyride. It's the most neutral shade. The packaging is honestly what sold me on this product. I saw so many people get this collection in PR or purchase it and talk about the Smoky Nostalgia collection, and they kept raving about the blushes. They kept saying they were really great quality, and so I loved the packaging and I wanted to try it out, so I got the most neutral blush, and I do really enjoy it. Again, it's a very pigmented blush, but it blends in nicely. It has nice long wear. You get this cute little mirror in here, and the packaging is great to boot, so definitely glad that I picked that up. I also have some eyeshadow palettes to share with you. I have 3 eyeshadow palettes. So first is an eyeshadow palette that I have been waiting for. I have been wanting to try an eyeshadow from the brand Lunar Beauty, Manny Nue's brand, but a lot of his palettes were very colorful, and I didn't think I would get a ton of use out of them. So when he released the Nude Prism palette, I was like, Manny, tell me more. Personally, Manny, tell me more. I had to get this one. It was screaming my name. I knew I wanted to try it out. I knew it was my color story, and it did not disappoint. You have 2 rows of mattes here, and then these beautiful shimmers in the middle. I wore this palette nonstop when I first got it. It was a great palette for work. I am a teacher, so I could easily just throw 1 or 2 mattes in the crease, throw a shimmer on the lid. I didn't have to think too much about it. The mattes were super blendable. The shimmers have a nice pigment behind them. They pack a punch. I don't get too much fallout, and although some people might think that this is boring, I still feel like there is enough variety of neutrals that I can create tons of different neutral looks, and I am very happy with this palette. I love the packaging. I think it's super cute, and definitely one of my favorite purchases of 2022 so far. Now, this next palette was gifted to me, but if I did not receive it in PR, I would have purchased it myself, and I'm not just mentioning it because it is my friend's collab, but I am talking about the Adept Cosmetics Heather Austin palette. I had been wanting to try Adept. I've heard Heather rave about them, and other content creators rave about how beautiful these Adept shadows are. I just haven't bit the bullet and purchased a palette because they were a little bit more expensive and they were a little bit more on the colorful side, whereas I just got done telling you I am a neutral lover. Then my friend Heather collaborated with Adept, and she had them send me this palette. I got to try it out for the first time. I do not have any shimmers in my collection like these Adept shadows. When I tell you that these shimmers absolutely blow me away, they absolutely blow me away. I can easily just take Atlas, throw it in the crease, any one of these shimmers, put it on the lid, and I just get a beautiful, beautiful pigmented look. I am not just saying that this is a beautiful palette because Heather is my friend. This is a beautiful palette because it is a beautiful palette. And because of this palette, I have seen that Adept is going to reformulate and come out with the Nude Nude palette again. I want to get that one because of this palette. The shimmers in here are just absolutely amazing and I love it so much. The last eyeshadow palette is another one that surprised me, that I almost didn't get, that I even mentioned in a Past Grabber Undecided, will I buy it, as a product I wasn't going to get, and then I got it. It is the Nude palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Nouveau palette. I saw it and I was pretty underwhelmed. I thought, you know, it doesn't really look like a palette that I need to get my hands on. It's not really screaming to me. It's not really jumping out at me. But then I started seeing reviews and I heard people talk about it and I saw people creating looks and I was intrigued and I just, on a whim, went into Sephora. They had it in stock. I picked it up and I don't regret it because you know what? This is a Kelly palette. You still have the beautiful ABH formula that we know and love. It definitely is a color story that speaks to me. It's easy to work with. I was able to create some fun looks and overall I'm really happy to have it in my collection. Plus, I'm able to try out another Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, which I haven't done in a while, and I've tried out so many of hers before, so really happy I ended up picking this one up. And the last two products that I have to share with you are both lippies. One of them did come out in 2022, one of them did not. So the one that did not come out in 2022, but it joined my collection in 2022, is this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Very Victoria. Now I have heard Samantha March rave about Very Victoria for years, and I've always had it on my wish list, and I've just never picked it up. I don't really have a reason why I never picked it up. So during the Sephora VIB sale, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I am going to pick up Very Victoria, and I have not looked back since. I love this shade. It's a beautiful Kelly shade. It's very creamy on the lips. You can see it's not like glossy or shiny, but it almost has a little bit of a sheen. It adheres to my lips beautifully. It's long lasting for a bullet lipstick, and it's just a beautiful, great shade. It's an everyday shade. I was taking this to work with me. I was able to apply it without looking in a mirror, and I really, really love that shade. I got tons of compliments. But then the other lipstick that was released this year that was definitely a hit for me is the Pat McGrath Bridgerton Nude Romantique 2 lipstick. My friend Heather Austin did a whole lip swatch video with their lipsticks, and I decided that I thought this would be the shade that was most up my alley, most my color story. This is a satin. You can see it is similar in tone to Very Victoria, but this one's more of a satin. It's not quite as long wearing. You do get more of a slip, more of a grip, but I think the packaging is just so cute. I love the little bow. The texture is great. The formula is great. Again, it's a very Kelly shade. I'm able to just throw it on with or without a lip liner, with or without looking, and I love these shades and I love these lipsticks. But with that, that is going to do it for this video. This is like my top 10 makeup purchases of 2022 so far, because we're only halfway there. But I just thought that this would be a fun video. You know, even though I haven't tried all of the new makeup, even though I haven't even purchased maybe a quarter of the makeup that's come out, I still wanted to share with you some of my standout products from this year. So I would love to know in the comments down below, what are some makeup purchases that you have made this year that you are very pleased about or that you would recommend? I would love to know. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed before you go. That way I can see you in the next one.